there, everybody. Greetings, Matthew Locicero, and I want to welcome you to the Omnia Society training session today entitled Position Yourself for Success. Let me take a moment. Many of you know me, but there's quite a few listeners, students that don't know me. So just to give you a brief background, I'm going to presume you've read my bio, but just so that you know I'm a real guy. I'm just somebody that grew up in the Bronx, New York. I came from a very humble, working class background. Did not grow up with a silver spoon in my hand. Grew up in a 50-unit apartment building surrounded by another 50-unit apartment building next door to another 50-unit apartment building. So I really grew up in a very working class section of the Bronx, which is really what all the Bronx was. And upon graduating university in 1979, I headed west to pursue my entrepreneurial spirits and wound up starting a company, an insurance brokerage firm in downtown San Francisco a few years later, and ran that successfully for nearly 30 years. And as life would have it, circumstances intervened. I got very, very sick and wound up retiring. I kind of sold my company and retired very early on in life. And it's important for you to know that story because I want you to understand I'm going to be teaching some really, really important things today. Okay? And by the way, if you're an affiliate, just listening to this introduction, what I'm going to teach today, in my opinion, based on 30 years of experience and the money that I made, which allowed me to retire financially independent by the age of 45, is so valuable. I mean, it's worth 10 times. Just this class today is going to be worth 10 times the price of membership in the club. So if you're an affiliate and you're deciding, do I want to be a member of this club, I'm telling you, in my opinion, just today's class. Forget all the other fantastic speakers and faculty members we have and the incredible training that's in the back office. I mean, this is just one segment. So if you're thinking about it, upgrade and become a member. What I'm going to discuss today really is the secret handshakes of succeeding in business and succeeding in life. Now that's an expression I know many of you have heard. And there's a whole mystery surrounding what's a secret handshake. There are some people that actually think it's a handshake. And well, that is part of it. Because there is a proper way and a not so proper way to shake hands. And of course there are regions in the world, like where I happen to be recording this seminar today, in Asia, where you don't shake hands at all. You why someone. Shaking hands would be seen as inappropriate. But having said that, there are many, many secret handshakes, and many of them are right in plain sight. Now this is so important. I can't tell you over the years how many people have come to me asking for, what is the magic? What's the panacea to all my problems? What's the solution? Open the door. Let me in. And I'm here to tell you it's all around you. But you gotta pay attention. Very, very powerful stuff. And I want to tell you my motivation for doing today's class. You see, when I was just a kid in college, my third year of university, I was invited into New York City to attend a marketing management association meeting. It was at the Grand Hyatt on top of Grand Central Station. That was really impressed as a young kid. And I got down there and I was filled with excitement, and I think I even put on a sport jacket or something, I don't recall. I went with one of my college buddies. But that day left an indelible impression on me. And what I observed that day were mostly men, some women back then, but predominantly men, in the late 70s. And they had these forlorn, nervous, uncomfortable looks on their faces. Everybody was chain smoking cigarettes. Nobody seemed happy. And I remember turning around to my buddy Bob and I said, man, if this is what it means to be an adult, I don't want to grow up. And you see, I came away from that meeting that day thinking that life does not need to be so complicated. Success and having whatever you want does not need to be that complicated. And 30 years later, 40 years later, I'm continuing to observe friends, family, relatives, neighbors, coworkers, how they conduct their lives. And there are so many people with that forlorn, stressed out look on their face. The OMG, oh my God, attitude has penetrated their DNA. Everything is a big deal. And I don't get it. So that's the motivation behind today. I want you to know a little bit who I am, what I've achieved, what I'm going to teach. And if you're sitting on the fence, in my opinion, what you'd be learning today as a member is worth 10 times the price of joining. That's just today's section. So, okay, I'm going to take a quick break here. We're going to get started on the other side. See you then.